I don't want to run today. But you know what they say, if you don't want to do something, that's when you have to do it. So I'm gonna go for a run. I usually run 2 miles during my lunch break, and I'm not doing that. I'm gonna run 1 mile, but I'm gonna try to sprint it so that it's like, I don't know, slowly running 2 miles in my mind is equivalent to sprinting 1 mile. Get my math? Catch me running in your local neighborhood. And by your local neighborhood, my local neighborhood. I survived. That run was atrocious. I immediately stripped and made a smoothie and ate it already. I did something new with the smoothie. I added beans into it. There's this Instagram account called, I'm pretty sure it's called Lily Feeds You. And she posts the most delectable recipes ever that focuses on being gluten-free because she's gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free. I grew up gluten-free because my mom has celiac. I'm not gluten-free, but I appreciate it and I understand people needing to be with my history. Homegirl is having a hard time. I am going through a lot of work stress. I have like a lot of trainings all scheduled and my body does not respond well to work stress. Circa last video where I told everyone I was falling apart. I'm still falling apart. Last night, I literally laid on the ground with like the worst inflammation and bloating and cramps ever, and I just like couldn't go to sleep because I had to do my skincare, but then to do my skincare means I had to get up, and I didn't feel like getting up, so I just laid there for like an hour. An exaggeration, but definitely at least at a minimum 30 minutes I just laid there in pain. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out something. And she had a smoothie that had beans in it, and I just recently like cooked a whole bunch of beans and I had them in the fridge. So I was like, okay, I can get some extra fiber. Beans are good for gut health. We'll put that all. And it was actually really good. You didn't even taste the beans, probably because I add protein powder to it. Not helping my gut health, protein powder. I know. And that's a pretty strong flavor, like the fake sugars that they put in protein powder. So I didn't really taste beans at all, and it just made the smoothie really nice and thick. So that was actually a win. I keep seeing TikToks where people have their nails, they're getting done for spring, and mine are basic. I don't know if I want to do something new. Every time I try to do something new, I hate it, and I'm like, I can't wait to get these off so I can go back to my classic nude color. But I just got a new nail polish that is like a spring blue with a green reflect. I really want to do something with that. I also ordered from AliExpress, so it'll be here in like a million bajillion years after I hate it. I don't even want to do my nails anymore. But I got a whole bunch of nail gems and chrome powder. I think now's the time to do cute spring look because I know going into summer I have all these nail gems and chrome powder that I'm gonna be obsessed with. So I'm not gonna have time for the spring look. So I need to do spring look now, even though it's just barely spring. It's 60 degrees outside right now though. As I'm doing the dishes, I'll talk more about doing my nails. Forget that I have like a true Midwest accent. And you'll hear it when I say things like so. I say so. And I'll make fun of it at work. I'll like say something and I'll be like, oh, that was so. And then I'll be like, that was so Midwestern of me, the so. And there's this nail person that I've been following on TikTok. And she has a true Minnesotan accent, which is even more Midwest than my Michigan one is. Theirs is thick. And I went to Minnesota last year for the Black Beaches, and I noticed it there that it was like way stronger than Michigan has. A lot of people don't like it. I do love it. It reminds me of my aunt because she has a really thick Midwest accent, and a lot of my family does too. Like my dad, he has a really strong one too. So just it reminds me of my family and my heritage, and I love it. This nail person, it's very evident when she goes top coat. She goes top coat. And oh, I love it. I'm going to take you through how I plan out my nail sets, because if I don't have it already planned out and I'm doing it off the cuff, I hate them and I want them off. So what I've been doing is taking a picture of my nails in the shape that I know they're going to be. I knew I wasn't going to be cutting off a lot, so this is actually my previous nail set, but this is the shape that I knew I was going to have. And then in Procreate, I take the colors that I'm going to have, so you can see here, it's the same color. I make the set. So you can see here, I knew one thing that I wanted was the fishy. And I wasn't sure what nail I wanted that on. And I was debating between middle finger, ring finger, and just like looking at my nails, the ring finger just made sense. So I put the fish there. That was like the first thing I did. I knew I don't really like designs on my thumb. I like to keep that one pretty neutral. The second one is I put a French tip. I don't like French tips on every nail. I feel like that hasn't been it lately. I originally had it mapped out where there was a French tip on everything, except this one had a fish, including the French tip, and there really wasn't enough room for the size of fish that I wanted for a French tip and the fish, so I removed the French tip. So now we had all of the nails with a French tip, except for one that had a fish on it, and that didn't look right either. It looked like it was just a mistake. So I ended up doing the middle finger, the full color. In this era, you need hobbies. And I tried watercoloring and drawing like a while ago, and I suck. I'm really not that great. But that's okay. No one cares. No one cares. Be as bad as you want. One of my best friend's birthday is coming up, and I'm going to make him a birthday card, and here's a picture of his motorcycle that he adores. So I'm gonna try to draw it. We'll try. Blood Moon Birthday Bonfire. That's what this is. I've like definitely told this story before, but the last time that I went to a bonfire with this particular friend that's hosting this bonfire and hosted it last time, I ate myself sick on s'mores. I have no self-control when it comes to s'mores, I guess. I have had to establish a game plan on my s'mores consumption. It's that bad. I'll let you in on what the game plan is. 3 s'mores, maximum. 1 is obviously too restrictive. I cannot limit myself to 1 s'more. And then 2 seemed like a reasonable amount of s'mores for an average person. We're being bad and going to 3 so that it feels indulgent. I have arrived early. The host isn't even here. Consensus is still out whether or not he told me to arrive an hour earlier than how the actual start is. Good thing we're such close friends, because otherwise me just hanging out in his backyard alone would be weird. But it's not weird.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming out for my birthday. You guys are all from like different small groups, so we all kind of gathered for one day for my fucking self.
Huzzah!
But are you recording this?
Yeah.
My phone number is still the same from back when.
It's not even of you, it's just the chicken.
Let me rotate it around. Make that nice.
Beautiful. Cinematic.
And then there's a random marshmallow in this too. 30 seconds. 30 seconds? 30 seconds. Well, I mean, the speech would have been 30 seconds. Really happy you guys came here and you guys are all like, cohesive, not fighting. I haven't seen like, bottles getting launched at each other yet.
We can start.
Doing a little self-care. I'm sitting in here brewing in my self-tan. I never tanned before ever in my life. Fake tanned. I tan sometimes. And I tried it for the first time last week. When I say I loved it so much. I unfortunately did a really streaky application last week, so hopefully this week I did better. Fingers crossed. We left off on my s'mores game plan. And I was successful. I had 3. I even told the host before I ate any of them, and he said he'd hold me accountable, and he did. I think this is as good as my bangs are getting. Okay. My armpit's turning more tan than the rest. That looks orange, right? We can do show and tell of the beads. Blue. You're gonna see a trend. Gray again. Normal white, I use these a lot. Okay, now we're switching it up. Going a little crazy. Purple. And then like a purple blue? A periwinkle maybe? Ignoring the fact I look completely different, I had to wash off the self-tanner. The setup right now, organizing the beads. Let me walk you through. All right, this whole thing started from this necklace. Making this necklace, look how pretty it is. Very pretty. I realized dumping out the beads that my little bead container, which is a reuse of a You to the People moisturizer, I'm at the top. I can't put any more beads in there, and I just got all those beads. So I need to move them around. So what used to be in this container was these beads, and I don't care about these ones being all mixed together. And this is an old Thai green chili container. And then now I'm putting the beads I just got, this is my lunch, the beads I just got into here, and then possibly some of these as well into here so that they're separated.